Hello everybody. Today I'm here with another Disney Heroes Battle Mode hero concept, and today I have created TAMATOA from Disney's Moana. So let's take a closer look at him. So for the design, I kind of went a little bit lighter on the lighting and the shading than I typically do, and mainly that was because I took a very long time to actually create this. I kind of got maybe not bored of it. I don't know, I just started procrastinating it after a while, and finally I just decided to get it done, which meant that I wanted to spend as little time putting extra details into it. But there are quite a lot of details, and the main thing I was dreading was actually the treasure, the gold on his back. And it's very detailed. It would be really hard to, spend a lot, or it would be really easy, I guess, to waste all my time trying to detail out the treasure, and maybe it wouldn't even turn out looking good. So I went for a very simple design where I just kind of drew random shapes, and of course used the white hints to make it as shiny as possible. And I really like how the treasure ended up turning out. I wasn't sure, but once I started doing it, I instantly really liked how it was looking, and I think it's a very simplistic yet telling way to show how much treasure's on his back and just the clumps of different gold that he has. But other than that, I have like a gradient for his claws, which I thought was pretty necessary. I didn't use any gradients before, but they're a pretty good way to get some different textures on it. And then most of him is just purple after that, It seems like a lot, but it's really not that much. There's just so much little detailing with like little circles and stuff that ended up taking so long and really got me, made me sick of working on him. But I'm happy to be done. I'm going to be completely honest. I only made TAMATOA because TAMATOA seems to do really well. People seem to really like him, so I'm hoping it will get attention. I'm not going to try to be like, I'm not going to try to hide that. I hope people are interested in seeing my design for TAMATOA. And I think it ended up turning out pretty good, but it definitely could have been better. But yeah, I'm happy. Well, without further ado, I guess we should start going through these skills. So for the first one, I think it's pretty obvious. We got to have Shiny as a skill. And I imagine it would just be called Shiny. And this could either be an attack or a buff or a bit of both, but I imagine he would spin around in a circle. If it is an attack, he'd probably be, on the enemies, crushing them, or if it's like a buff, then the shininess kind of gives everyone an attack up or something. Another skill I thought of was when Moana's talking to him, she can't decide on which eye to look at, and it kind of confuses her or makes her a bit distracted. And I think sort of like it could confuse the enemies, or maybe just like be a basic stun for a second. He like moves his eyes around a bunch and they aren't sure what to do. Just stopping the enemies for a second. Another skill I thought of was Fish Dinners, which would obviously be a healing move, and I would imagine it would only heal TAMATOA. So basically some fish would fall from the ceiling and TAMATOA would eat it. I feel like this is a pretty obvious one, and almost definitely would be part of his moveset if he was ever added. And then the next skill I thought of was, we obviously have to have one when he goes all neon and the lights go out. And maybe it would work as a passive and active thing, or maybe it would just be its own thing. But obviously, he would go crazy. Maybe getting like an attack up boost, or just, I don't know. Well, I would imagine when he does it, he has to have some sort of boost that makes him just way more powerful than before. Maybe it's one of those where it makes him invincible or something. That would actually be pretty interesting. Something like Gaston or something. And then the final attack I could think of was when he goes crazy trying to get the Heart of Tafiti. He kind of starts digging his claws and chasing, so he could maybe run up to the opponents and standing on some of the ones in the front and then clawing at the ones in the back. I think that'd be really cool, especially if he is invincible at that state. Now for the friendships. I'm really proud of the one I thought of, which is Scrooge McDuck. Obviously, they're both obsessed with shiny, or just, gold in general. it'd be really fun to see them interact. It would be kind of easy to just say Maui. So I was going to say Ariel, just because he does compare himself to Sebastian in the movie. So maybe she would be like, hey, my crab friend's like this too. And then he'd be like, jealous, he'd be like, I'm way better than Sebastian. Or something, I don't know. Maybe they should just go with Maui. I had a trouble thinking of the second one, but Scrooge I thought was a really good one. So that was my hero concept. Moana only has 2 characters, and there aren't a lot of characters to choose from, really. But like we could see Grandma Tala or the Kakamora Chief or something. But I think if they were to add a third one, it would almost definitely have to be Tamatoa. He's the only other real main character, I guess, besides Hey Hey. But I would much prefer Tamatoa, and I know many others would as well. He's very giant compared to most of the other characters, so I don't know how he would work. They'd always have to scale him down or something. But nonetheless, he'd be really cool, and he obviously has some really awesome skills that he could have. I would love to see the neon in action, too. I don't know how they would make that work, but it would look so cool. But yeah, our fan favorite. People go crazy for him for some reason, and I'm here for it. No one really suggested this one, actually, but like I said, I'm not going to be shameful about it. I really just want to see if it would get attention, because I would always love to get more attention on my drawing videos in particular. So hopefully this works, or at least gets the same amount of views as the other ones. But I've got plenty more of these that I'm working on. I hope this one didn't like burn me out too much on the creation of these, because I do enjoy making them. But this one took the longest for me to create, just because I kept pushing it off. So hopefully I'll get back into it. And I think Star Butterfly would be a great one to get into, because it shouldn't be too complicated. And I really like Star in general, so it should be fun. Thank you for watching. I will see you then. Goodbye.